Howdy again, everybody. This is Doc with Thoroughfan, and well, we've just wrapped up basically the Triple Crown series for this year. Starting this weekend, we're going to be kicking off the New York Turf Triple series that's going on. But there's also another series that's out there that a lot of people don't know about, and I think a lot of people should be following, and it is called the Match Series. And it's been going on since about the middle of May, and it runs all the way through to the end of December in 2021, and it is the Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred Challenge Series. And it's been going on for the last couple of years. COVID really has kind of thrown a monkey wrench into a lot of it, with it not being held last year, and then this year kind of in a modified format. But basically, it creates a whole bunch of different divisions for horses that run in the Mid-Atlantic circuit. So horses that run in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and New Jersey as well. As I said, this year it's been a little bit shifted just because of COVID, so most of the races are being run either at the Maryland tracks, Laurel or Pimlico, and a couple at Colonial Downs. So, but it still has been very, very entertaining. Again, we are maybe about a third of the way through to a halfway through the series, so why don't we take a look and see who's on top of the leaderboard as we check out what's going on with the Match Series with this Match Series update. And the Match Series got started Preakness weekend. The first race, a mile and an eighth for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward over the Pimlico main track. It is the Allaire Dupont Distaff.
Off of the Allaire Dupont Distaff Stakes. Dream a Little Dream of You, and on the inside, and Landing Zone on the outside. Horologist in between horses, and Spice is Nice right up close to in between horses. They're followed by Mrs. Danvers, who settles back there in fifth position. Outside of her is Lucky Stride. Then it's back to another broad, and Get Rid of What Ails You is trailing now at about 16 off that pace up ahead, set by Dream a Little Dream of You's got a neck in front from Spice is Nice. The opening quarter, 23.54, so a good pace going out there. The outside is Landing Zone in third. Horologist rating well down at the inside in a long hole there in fourth position. And next to the outside is Mrs. Danvers the Gray. Lucky Stride about the four-path, followed by another broad who's only 7 lengths of the pace, and trailing the field is Get Rid of What Ails You. So Dream a Little Dream of You and Spice is Nice cooking up a spicy pace up front. In the meantime, Landing Zone is on the chase in third, and Horologist still down inside there after a 47.62 half mile. Mrs. Danvers is in between horses, lingering about 5 lengths from the front. Lucky Stride continues on the outside, and she's only about 4 or 5 from the leaders now. And another broad second last position, and Get Rid of What Ails You. Round that far turn, 3/8 to go. And Spice is Nice pushing on. Landing's on under pressure to stay pace. Stream of What Ails You out of the inside, and another 2 lengths back. The inside is Horologist, 6 furlongs in a minute 11:15 as they make the turn for home. A quarter to go at Pimlico, and Spice is Nice on the outside, fighting on with Dream a Little Dream of You on the inside. Dream a Little Dream of You down to the inside, and Spice is Nice keeps on fighting. Spice is Nice, Dream a Little Dream of You. 1-2 with a 16th to go, and it's going to be Spice is Nice and John Velasquez. Dream a Little Dream of You was second. Get Rid of What Ails You was third, and Horologist finished fourth, and Landing Zone was fifth.
And Spice was very nice here, nicer than the rest of them at 2-1, pulling away in the end from a very stubborn Dream a Little Dream of You. Horologist, the race and fan favorite, could do no better than fourth. It was on to the boys next as they got their shot going long, a mile and 3/16. It is the Pimlico Special, part of the Match Series this year. Dave Rodman with the call.
And a gate. And they're off in the Pimlico Special. There's Last Judgment using that usual early speed, but Modernist on the inside is right up there too early on. Just in behind them now is on the outside Chord Maker, who'll take outside in third position, and Fearless is next, and Forcible Ipit Frank and taken back. Outpassed by Treasure Trove up on the outside. Harper's First Ride. Last year's winner is going to be 3-4 deep into the turn run, and back then to Max Player. Followed in the back by Forewarned, second last position, and Prioritize is the last horse as they run past the 7/8. The opening quarter in 23.83. So Last Judgment in front. Last Judgment, the one to catch, leads 3/4 of a length from Cord Maker in second. The outside is Treasure Trove in the clear in third position. Modernist down inside there, just 2 off that pace. And Forcible and Harper's First Ride racing side by side. And then it is Fearless. Fearless is on the outside with 5 furlongs left to go and trying to rally on now. Has 6 or 7 to make up, but there's still time. And Max Player racing back of the pack, followed by Forewarn and Prioritize slipping through down to the inside, heading into the far turn run. The half in 47.60. Last Judgment is the target up top. Last Judgment from Treasure Trove leading by a length around the turn. Modernist is right there. Fearless continues with momentum now on the outside. Here comes Fearless charging hard into the second spot. And then it's another 3 back and Harper's First Ride. Max Player is on the far outside. Cord Makers lost a bit of ground, was saving the ground there, and Prioritizes next with a 1/4 to go at Pimlico. And it is Last Judgment trying to shake free. Fearless on the outside. Modernist right there battling with Fearless. But in the meantime, Last Judgment popped the latches right on top and is still there. A 3-length lead and 1 furlong left to go. Last Judgment and Jose Ortiz. Fearless chasing, and so too Modernist out of the inside. It'll be a good battle for second, but Last Judgment will win all the way in the Pimlico Special. Modernist was second, and then it was back to Fearless, and then Cord Maker and Prioritize in a close photo for that spot.
And Last Judgment got his 10 points in his division with this from Flag Fall to That's All win in the Pimlico Special over Modernist and Fearless. Preakness Day saw 2 more match series races, starting off with the Run Happy Skip At Stakes. This race featured the very popular and undefeated Chub Wagon.
And they're all at the Run Happy Ski Pad. Club Car is going to be sent to the front. They're using speed for Club Car today, but Don't Let Sweet Fool You there on the outside, and Chub Wagon's got early foot too. Don't Let Sweet Fool You's got that head in front from Chub Wagon, and Club Car will settle now after breaking sharp. Never enough time in between horses. The outside is French Empire moving forward now into third position, and they're followed by Call On Mischief, and it's another 3 to Casual, who's in the back with 10 lengths to make up now. Don't Let Sweet Fool You leads the way into the far turn. A length and a half from French Empire, just second. Chub Wagon well settled out of the inside in third. Never enough time. And back to Club Car. Call On Mischief on the outside, trying to advance about 5 off the pace, and Casual trailing the field. The opening quarter mile in 22.87. A 1/4 to go at Pimlico. Don't Let Sweet Fool You clicked off a half in 46.05. Heads for home with Chub Wagon taking aim on the outside. Chub Wagon chugging along, and now Chub Wagon's rest of the lead from Don't Let Sweet Fool You. Club Car is moved into third, trying to move to second, but here is Chub Wagon. Chub Wagon 3 in front. Club Car trying to close the gap far outside Casual. Chub Wagon does it again. Chub Wagon to win it. 6 for 6, undefeated. Close second, Club Car and Casual there, and then it was Don't Let Sweet Fool Ya.
And the little Chub Wagon remains undefeated as she easily takes the Run Happy Skip At Stakes over a fast closing Casual. Club Car third, and Don't Let Sweet Fool Ya finished fourth. And we move on to the sprint division for the boys. Next, it is the Maryland Sprint Stakes, and this race featured a horse that has been part of the match series since its inception, the old hard-knockin' Lakai.
Off of the Maryland Sprint Stakes. Strike Power sent hard for the early lead. Special Reserve has that zip too. So Special Reserve, Strike Power. Lekai runs in third to the inside. Then to the outside, Lebda firing up. And in between horses too, there is War Toxin up close as they charge on for the far to run. And then the far outside. Next we have Seven Nation Army, and Three's Over Deuces is in between horses. Back to Frosted Grace out of the inside to the tail of the field. Mucho and Yodeli. Who is the trailer around that far turn, and it's Strike Power just in front, the head in front from Special Reserve. So 22.94 opening quarter mile. War Toxin is third, Lakai under urging down to the inside in fourth, and Lebda is in fifth, and it's Three's Over Deuces 6 at the top of the stretch. They make the turn in, and Special Reserve is fighting and getting away now from Strike Power after a 45.38 half mile, a gap of 3 lengths. Lakai trying to battle on there. The outside is War Toxin down to the inside, late run from Frosted Grace, but here is Special Reserve and Arad Ortiz Jr. They're clear by 3 in the Maryland Sprint Stakes. Special Reserve to win from Strike Power. Then it was Frosted Grace third and Mucho fourth, and Lakai finished fifth in a zippy 108.91.
And Special Reserve had plenty in reserve for the stretch run there, pulling away to win the Maryland Sprint Stakes over a game. Strike Power, Frosted Grace was third. Mucho got up for fourth. And fan favorite Chubwagon returned for the Shine Again Stakes in mid-June. Could she get her record to an undefeated 7 for 7? Let's find out.
Off of the Shine Again. Hello, beautiful, as Chubwagons ask for early speed from the inside, and Don't Let Sweet Fool You on the outside of that pair in third position. Never Enough Time and Paisley singing her next. And to the back of the pack, a Unique Factor and Anna's Bandit and Lucre last now, some 20 lengths off the pace. Hello, beautiful, guns out to the lead now. Over from Chubwagon, leads about a length and a quarter, and Don't Let Sweet Fool You is in the clear. Another 3. Never Enough Time is next, and Paisley singing in mid-flight. The Unique Factor, Anna's Bandit, has 8 lengths to come now, and Lucre trailing the field 22.21. A sparkling opening quarter mile here at Pimlico for Hello Beautiful. Hello Beautiful, the 2-length lead. Chubwagon second. Don't Let Sweet Fool You. Never Enough Time and Paisley singing on the far outside. Anna's Bandit takes the inside home. Quarter to go at Pimlico. Half mile in 45.32. And here comes Chubwagon on the outside to Hello Beautiful. Hello Beautiful's hanging on to the lead though. Hello Beautiful bracing for the challenger. Chubwagon on the outside. Can Chubwagon get by? Chubwagon, Hello Beautiful. Chubwagon's taking the lead. Chubwagon runs the score up to 7 in a row. 7 undefeated in 7 starts. Chubwagon from Hello Beautiful in a sparkling finish of the Shine Again.
It looked like Hello Beautiful was getting ready to say hello to the winner's circle and goodbye to Chubwagon's undefeated record, but the tough little filly trained by Guadalupe Preciado pulled it out in the final 16th, digging in deep. What a horse race. Chubwagon remains unbeaten in 7 starts and the clear leader in the Match Series overall standings. The old Match Series warhorse Lakai returns in the Light the Fuse that just got contested this past weekend. Everybody was guaranteeing points in this race because there were only 4 runners.
Off of the Light the Fuse, Chateau very fast. Yopon on the outside, sent up 2, and Lakai is hustled up there, but just out-kicked by Chateau and Yopon. Last is Whiskey New, 4th of the 4. Chateau trying to get away from Yopon, is on the chase now, and Lakai is settled in 3rd position, about 3 off the speed, and Whiskey New trailing the field. Chateau rolls on for the far turn, and the Light the Fuse Stakes has a 2-length lead on Yopon, and Lakai down inside in 3rd position, 2 more lengths to Whiskey New. Quarter mile 22.86. Chateau Yopon, Lakai down to the inside, trying to rev up now with a run. It's another 4 lengths back, and Whiskey and You trailing the field. Midpoint of the turn, Chateau is the leader. Lakai trying to kick from in between horses, take it off the inside. Yopon on the outside, 3 deep in 3rd, and Whiskey and You is 4th. Half mile 45.49. Chateau Yopon on the outside reaching, and so too Lakai in between horses. But here is Yopon. Yopon's coming through in the final furlong from Chateau second. Riders lost a stick down Chateau. Now Lakai now moves to 2nd. And here is Yopon. Yopon to score by 2 lengths in the Light the Fuse. Lakai was 2nd and Chateau was 3rd. 1:09.42.
And the highly regarded Asmussen trainee Yopon left no doubt through the stretch, winning pretty easily here over a very game Lakai in the Light the Fuse. And the filly and mare long division also saw some action this past Independence Day. It is the Caesar's Wish Stakes, a 1.16 miles on the fast main track down at Pimlico. Once again, Dave Rodman with the call.
They're off of the Caesar's Wish Stakes. Artful Splatter out first. Gracetown from the rail, His Glory, and Sweet Sammy D on the chase of between horses. And here's Mrs. Orb, the favorite, on the outside into the first turn, run about the 3 path. It's Suggestive Honor racing back of the pack, and Trolley Ride trailing some 10 off the pace. Round that turn they go, past the 7-ace pole. Artful Splatter leads the way, length and change in front from His Glory in second, together 5, and Sweet Sammy D. Mrs. Orb, the favorite, is 4th, and chasing some 7 off the pacemaker. And back to Gracetown, Suggestive Suggestive Honor, and Trolley Ride 7th and last. The pace has been sharp. The opening quarter went 23.52, so 5 furlongs from home. Artful Splatter the Gray showing the way. A length and a half from His Glory, second, another 4 to Sweet Sammy D. Mrs. Orb still at an even pace, heading for the far turn run. On the outside is Trolley Ride trying to advance to the back of the pack. Then Gracetown and Suggestive Honor. Half mile, 46.63. Round that far turn, Artful Splatter's been moving right along the whole way, still going a good clip. His Glory's been in pursuit throughout. Trolley Ride's made a lot of ground for the back of the pack and is moving up stoutly on the outside. Trolley Ride now within 3 of that leader. Mrs. Orb is right there in 4th with a chance. Top of the stretch, they make the turn for home, and the Caesar's Wish. Artful Splatter, Trolley Ride. His Glory in between horses. Mrs. Orb is switched to the far outside, and Sweet Sammy D extreme outside trying to get a share. Here's Trolley Ride at the top. Trolley Ride, Mrs. Orb for the final furlong. Trolley Ride and Mrs. Orb closing in with each and every stride. Mrs. Orb, it's Trolley Ride second now, and Mrs. Orb will get the job done under Horatio Caramanis while fighting Trolley Ride, who gave all second. Sweet Sammy D was third. Artful Splatter fourth. His Glory fifth.
And just like her daddy did winning the Derby multiple years ago now, Mrs. Orb comes storming down the center of the track to collar Trolley Ride with about 100 yards to go and starts to pull away late for this win and her 10 points in her division. So let's take a look at the standings as we're just about midway through the match series here. And so we'll start with the 3-year-olds and up going long on the dirt. And Last Judgment, by virtue of his Pimlico Special win, is in the lead with 10 points over Modernist, Fearless, Chordmaker, Prioritize, and Max Player. The final 2 there, of course, racing in the Grade 2 Suburban with Max Player winning that race. So who says some top horses don't run in the match series? And now taking a look at the filly and mare division going long on the dirt. We got a tie for first there between Miss Orb and Spice is Nice by virtue of their wins. Got a tie going for second there too with Trolley Ride and Dream a Little Dream of You. And in third, well, we got another tie there of Get Rid of What Ails You and Sweet Sammy D. And let's hope we're seeing all of these fillies and mares battling it out in the remaining races in the division, because that's what the match series is all about. Looking next to the 3-year-olds and up sprinting on the dirt, we've got another tie going on here between Yapan and Special Reserve by virtue of their wins. That game old guy Lakai, just a warhorse in the match series, second there with 9. Then you got Strike Power, Frosted Grace, Chateau Mucho, and Whiskey and You. And now taking a look at the fillies and mares sprinting on the dirt, their division, fan favorite Chub Wagon undefeated and way out in front here by virtue of her 2 wins with 20 points. Hello Beautiful and Casual tied there for second. Then we've got Club Car and Paisley Singing, Never Enough Time, Don't Let the Sweet Fool Ya, and Anna's Bandit rounding out the top group there. So, as we look at the overall championship points ratings right here, we got Chub Wagon in front and a host of pursuers right there behind her with Last Judgment, Spice is Nice, Special Reserve, Yapan, Mrs. Orb, all looking to gain on the fan favorite there. And who knows, there's still quite a few races left in the series. Anything can happen, and that's what makes this series so great. And speaking of the next chance to put some points on the board there, it will be happening July 31st at Pimlico Racecourse. It looks like we got 3 divisions in action then. And so come on out to Pimlico, check it out, cheer your favorites on, and let's see if that board moves at all after these 3 races on July 31st. Will Chub Wagon maintain her spot on top? Will somebody else jump up and tie her or potentially pass her? Well, we'll find out on the 31st.
So, will Chub Wagon be able to maintain her spot atop the overall standings, taking home that great prize money for both being the leader in her division and the winner of the overall championship points? We don't know yet. There's still a lot of races to go on in the match series, so be sure to check out all of the action. You can find all of the information you really want to know about the match series at matchseries.com. Again, it's matchseries.com. Go there, check it out. You get replays of all the races, you get info about the upcoming races, you get some great information on the horses that are running. this is the kind of thing that racing needs more of, and to promote more of. These types of events where you have these series that are going throughout the year and pitting a lot of these horses against each other multiple times, getting some nice rivalries going, getting some point standings up there and some bonus points for running on the track and settling things on the track where they really should be settled. So again, be sure to check out matchseries.com, and July 13th, the next set of races that's going to be coming your way in the Match Series. This past week was also a very sad note. Racing lost probably one of the greatest contributors it could ever possibly have in the irreplaceable Harvey pack. And Harvey was somebody that, you know, kind of pioneered a lot of the type of television coverage and race replay coverage, certain types of racing inside shows that we almost take for granted today. He paved the way for those and was a trailblazer for those, especially in the times when cable was just coming up, and people like myself and a lot of people remember watching him every night, be it Thoroughbred Action or Inside Racing. It was just such a great show. He was an absolutely amazing and wonderful human being. And when you look at things from a Thoroughfan perspective, he was about the fan. He was about the $2 bettor. He was about enjoying the races and had so many amazing stories to tell. You know, his time both, again, on cable with you know, with those shows on the Breeders' Cup telecast. You know, he and Jay Randolph just made an outstanding team in some of those early Breeders' Cup broadcasts. So, you know, it's just a tremendous loss to racing to lose Harvey. And, you know, all of us owe him such an amazing debt of gratitude. I had the chance to meet him once or twice. And, you know, he's just the kindest person you would ever meet, always willing to talk about stories. He, you know, had a great book put out, which has a lot of those stories, so you definitely want to, you know, research that if you haven't read it. It's a great read. And, you know, the racing world is really going to miss him. And, you know, it's just sad that we are losing these people that have just meant so much to the sport over so many years. And again, with Harvey, it was somebody who really blazed the trail for a lot of the things we see in racing today, especially from a media coverage standpoint. So, Harvey, you know, we know you're watching down from us up there, and always, you know, rooting on your picks, and I'm sure telling the great stories and reuniting with some great friends up there. So, may the horse always be with you, Harvey, and thank you.